Subscribe if you want to learn how to grow a stock portfolio like this, and how at just 19 years old, I was able to buy a $50,000 BMW and afford a $5,000 a month New York City apartment. I'll show you everything step by step, from investing strategies to real moves I make with my money, so you could build your own path to financial freedom. Welcome to Dino's Method. What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about Stocks 101. So we're going to start off with the most basic question: what is a stock? So basically, a stock is a piece of ownership in a company. So if you buy one share of Apple, you literally own a fraction of Apple. That means if Apple grows, launches a new phone, and makes money off of that, then your share will grow in value. And it literally means you're a part owner of that business. And companies sell stock to raise money, and then they use that money to grow their business. Like opening new stores, hiring employees, developing products. And in return, investors like us buy stocks so we could share in that growth. Now, here's the key. Stocks aren't just lottery tickets that you trade for quick money. They represent real businesses. That's why smart investing means focusing on companies with strong products and strong leadership with long-term potential. I started buying stocks as a teenager, and what I learned early is that owning great businesses will always beat trying to gamble in and out of the market. All right, now let's talk about why invest in stocks. So a lot of people argue that they just want to leave their money in the bank because it's safer. And although I agree, that will never get you anywhere. Banks do not give you any return on your money, basically. And historically, the U.S. stock market has averaged about 10% per year. So that's pretty good compared to getting damn near nothing from your bank. So for example, if you put $1,000 into the market and it grows at 10% a year, in 20 years, that would be $7,000, and that's without adding any money. And that's the power of compound growth. But if you slowly chip in money, then you could grow that number to a way, way higher number. I'll definitely be discussing compound growth in a later video. So the point is, like, people are investing, like, this is not like a get rich quick thing or get rich overnight. That's a different kind of investing. This is long-term investing. This truly is the best way to do it. And, you know, look, you're not going to see gains overnight and get excited, but if you keep putting in money into the market in the long run, you know, you wait a year, a few years, 5 years, 10 years, you know, you're going to see some nice gains. I can promise you that, as long as you pick the right stuff. Now I'm going to talk about how I personally pick stocks. So basically what I like to do is, so look, it's always good to diversify your stocks. And so I'm not saying you need to buy, like, you know, a few hundred different stocks. You know, maybe pick like 10 to 20. That's a good amount that you really like. So first, I'd say pick an industry that you have true belief that it will continue to grow and grow and grow. So for me, that's the technology industry. And then, you know, what kind of businesses are in the tech industry? Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, all those companies, all those big names. That's what I put most of my money into, and that's what I recommend you guys do too. So now let's talk about how to start investing. So it's a lot easier than what most people think, and you don't need thousands of dollars to get started, although the more the merrier. Nowadays, you could just get fractional shares even, so you could literally start an account with like $10 if you want. First, you're going to need to open up a brokerage account. So you could do that with places like Robinhood, Vanguard, Fidelity, Webull. Those are all platforms I use. I personally recommend that you guys open up with a Robinhood account because I think they have a very user-friendly base, and you know they'll give you all the information on the numbers for the stocks that you have. Now we're going to talk about beginner mistakes to avoid. So the first mistake is chasing hype stocks. So if some influencer just tweeted to buy, you know, we're going to use GameStop as an example, since this was a real deal. don't just go in and buy it just because everyone else is saying it's good, and you're seeing a bunch of shit online saying like, oh, this is gonna 10x overnight. Trust me, this is gonna 10x in a year or whatever. No, don't buy into that. That stuff is too good to be true. Just play it safe. Get the big companies that you already know and heard of. Like I said, my number one position is in Apple. That many people would agree. Like, if you were to have a number one position, it probably should be Apple if it's going to be an individual stock. Another thing I want to mention is panic selling. So if you are going to get into the stock market, you cannot have the mentality of it's just going to go up, and then let's say you're in it and it doesn't go up, it goes down 20% or something. You lose 20% of your money. A lot of people, they're gonna freak out. They're gonna want to sell because they're like, oh, screw this. This isn't gonna work. No, that's not how you do it. If the market goes down, you buy more. All right? Do you understand what I'm saying? You buy more. If the market is down, you buy more, and you don't sell. You pick companies who you firmly believe in, and you hold on to them. If the market is down, view it as a discount and continue buying. If the market is up, continue buying and don't sell unless you really need to. All right, I think that's all I got for today. Don't want to give you guys too much information, try and bore you, or try and confuse any of you. If anyone has any questions, you can reach out to me in the comment section of my YouTube. I'll reply to that. Or you could go on my Instagram at @adino. I'll put it on the screen. You could DM me, reach out. I'll reply to you. For any questions, any concerns. And I'm going to put a link in my description, a Robinhood link. So if you guys press it, you and I can get $5 or more in free stock. So we can start off of that. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to continue this series and we're going to see where this channel goes. But I have made a lot of money in the stock market at a young age. So I highly recommend that you listen to me. All right? Have a good one.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV is online. Remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy deployed an advanced UAV. Enemy UAV overhead.
Get down, frag. Inserting armor.
Resurgence window is ending. Watch your six.
Changing max.
Enemy soldier incoming. Switching mag. Open season.
Inserting additional armor.
Hostile UAV in the area. Some of your squad is outside the safe zone.
Inserting armor.
Inserting additional armor.
Your squad mates took out the most wanted target. Contract complete. Rewards inbound. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal.
Eyes on enemy.
Yo, watch it healing.
Changing max.
Inserting additional
Where you come from, local boy? I want to you. Where you do? Where you trail, man, go?
Surgeons is close. No more second chances.
Oh, bro, they're already down, bro. I was popping up.
Enemy UAV is online. Get your squad to the safe zone. Leave no one behind.
Where you do, forward? Where you do? Where you do? Give her back as, eh? Give her back as pussy. Hold that.
Time's up. Contract failed. Enemy dropping into the AO. Your squad's in the top 5. Five squads still operational in the AO.
Somebody buy back. Somebody buy back.
Now.
Somebody buy
Only two
back.
left.
enemy sighted.
What the fuck is he saying?
Move to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Moving.
Now they're requesting LDBR.
Enemy.
Buy station.
Fire station.
Get an LDBR on my mark.
It's down.
Head to the safe zone. Gas moving.
Oh shit.
Yeah, what the fucking airstrike was
Oh
done.
fuck. The nigga take the roof, bro. Yeah, he's on the roof. He's on the roof. Small side. Small side. Small side is above him, bro. Yellow, it's coming to you, yellow and blue. It's coming.
Spray mine. Switching mags. Inserting armor. Enemy spray mining armor. Incoming damage.
Sit down, quiet batty boy. Where you do?
Subscribe if you want to learn how to grow a stock portfolio like this and how at just 19 years old I was able to buy a $50,000 BMW and afford a $5,000 a month New York City apartment. I'll show you everything step by step from investing strategies to real moves I make with my money so you could build your own path to financial freedom. Welcome to DinosMethod.